Well, we're here today with Trent Erickson. Trent is getting ready to be voted in as the next member of the New Day board. And some of you may not know Trent. Some of you may know him only as the guy at New Day who always seems to know when my birthday is. But Trent, for everybody that's out there that may not have met you before, just tell us a little bit about who you are and maybe start by telling us about your family.
Absolutely. So hi, New Day. It's great to see you guys virtually. Excited at some point to see everybody in person when time permits. So my name is Trent Erickson. I'm married to Kim Erickson, who probably is far more interesting than I am, but I have good redeeming qualities, including sometimes being able to tell a funny joke or for sure remembering Jeff's birthday as November 12th, 1966. So if anybody wants to remember that, I'll just make a note of that now. But so Kim and I have three great kids. Ellie is 18, Jack is 16, and Kate is almost 13. Kim and I got married in Federal Way. We're both products of the Federal Way School District. We grew up in Federal Way. We both went to PLU. We got married at Steel Lake Presbyterian Church over on the other side of town, and attended church there for 7 or 8 years when we were first married, and then started coming to New Day about 5 or 6 years ago now, I think it is. And we were really drawn to New Day just from the culture of the church and the people of the church.
Tell us just a little bit about your own personal faith journey when it maybe became real and personal for you, and what that's been like for you.
Yeah, it's a great question. So I was born and raised in the Lutheran Church, and my folks growing up said, hey, you need to be confirmed. And then once you're confirmed, right, in the Lutheran Church, you're confirmed usually as a 9th grader. So for me, that was like 4 years ago or something like that. But so I was confirmed as a 9th grader. And then curiously, probably my parents knew this, but when you go through the confirmation process, it's an exploration of just your own faith and life in the church. And that's probably where I kind of first got my hooks, or God got his hooks into me. And so it became a process where I wanted to go to church, not had to go to church on Sunday mornings. I went to PLU for undergrad and was part of the Young Life and small groups at PLU. And we would do Sunday night chapels up in the Eastfold Chapel behind the rose window, which was really awesome at PLU. And that was just a really informal setting where other students got together with one of the campus pastors and had a really awesome informal worship celebration. And then I mentioned Steel Lake and then New Day. And, I think that's the church part of my life. But then obviously there's been kind of spiritual moments along the way where God kind of meets you in the good and the bad. And probably most recently, a lot of you guys know this, and I can take you to the day in the moment where it's about 2.5 years ago now that I had brain surgery. And certainly that is a place where my spiritual faith developed or deepened rather, but also my New Day faith, if you will, because I vividly remember just how the congregation reacted to me and to the family, and just all of that. And so, God has a funny way of kind of meeting us where we are, and sometimes it's good, and other times it's not good, because we just might be in a struggle. But ultimately, it's been an adventure that I would not replace or trade in for anything, because I know that he's there when we need him, and we just have to put our troubles to him and not try to solve them ourselves.
Well, we're really looking forward to having you on the board, having your voice be a part of that. You've got some experience in this area. Tell people a little bit about how you've served in the past.
You bet. So at Steel Lake, when I finished graduate school, the pastor asked this newly married young kid to serve as the chair of the personnel committee. And so I did that for 4 or 5 years and got to be part of some exciting things at Steel Lake and part of some challenging things at Steel Lake. And and I did that, and I served on the, you know, I work with numbers in my day job, and so I also worked as the chair of the stewardship committee for a while at Steel Lake, until, quite frankly, all of it got a little bit too heavy for me, and church turned into a place where I felt like I was going to work and not to worship. And so, you know, it's been probably 7 or 8 years since I've served in any leadership form, and came to New Day, quite frankly, needing time to heal a little bit with just letting church be a place of worship. And slowly but surely, I feel like I'm being called to bring skills from my past and from my present to a place where I can help you, Jeff, and help the board and help members of the congregation as New Day as a church. You know, we're figuring out, where does life take us in a post-COVID world? And that's a evolving question that I would love to be able to answer for my kids, for myself, for my job, right? But New Day as a church, we're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna try to figure that out.
Well, there you have it, New Day. There's a little taste of Trent Erickson for you. And if you have further questions for him, I'm sure he would love to get together and talk with you more personally.
Absolutely. And 364 days a year, 363 days a year, Christmas, probably I need to be busy. And then on November 12th, I probably should make sure that that anybody that's got questions, or we could just meet at the Peabody's house if we want to talk, and we'll bring you some cake. So there you go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Okay. Bye-bye.